Are you feeling that getting some deep work done is getting more and more complicated, more and more difficult? You're right, and you're not alone. Around 60%, the study says, workers and employees all around the globe have a difficulty to get their work done for 1 hour, so working for 1 hour without any interruption. It's very difficult to get a hold of a complicated task or a complicated project if something is constantly distracting you. So whoever is making that difficult for you, you can pass him this video where I will present 6 pieces of terrible advice how to be focused and how to stay productive in a current work life, especially if you are a manager managing a team. Remember to scatter tasks and projects. Don't hold people accountable for keeping up to date their to-do lists. Stuff to do should be floating around, and it shouldn't be necessary to have a running list of what actually needs to get done and by when, and what is more important, what is less important. Remember not to give anybody a time to review their current commitments. Confuse and clutter the communication channels. If you are working with Slack, Outlook, Microsoft Teams, Zoom, anything, remember to keep on communicating completely at random at all channels. And remember not to set up any expectations what will be communicated where, when it will be communicated, and when you are looking for a response on that channel. Should you get a response to an email within an hour? Should you get a response from a Slack within 10 minutes? Let them guess. Don't set up any expectations. If your team is perhaps too cheery or too assertive, remember to stigmatize the word no. Do not allow for any kind of dissent, for any kind of setting boundaries or drawing lines. Whenever you hear somebody expressing even remotely some kind of a boundary in their work or in their project that they are currently doing, remember to get frustrated, sad, and angry. Like, flush down all of the emotions. Meetings are a big part of our work, so do remember to keep meetings meaningless. If we are meeting in our work, it's not about making some sort of important decisions. It's about meeting for the meeting's sake. We will just chat along, we'll discuss possible agendas for the meeting during the meeting, because remember, a meeting shouldn't have an agenda before the meeting happens. It should be constructed during the meeting. Having an agenda before the meeting is a little bit too, too constricting, there's no flexibility. It's not an agile way to do stuff. We are living in a distracting times. So, as the saying goes, if you can't beat them, join them. Be the distraction, embody the distraction. Ask people for updates very often and expect always a very high response rate, but remember to communicate over different channels so that they will never know where the message is coming from. Please do let me know in the comment what terrible advice for your boss I have missed, or perhaps what terrible advice you have heard from somebody, so that we will all live in a more productive, safe, and calm world.